Hello everyone, how you guys doing? This is Malave and welcome to yet another episode of Axo. In today's episode, I'll be talking about some heroic women of India. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. Sati Sadhani. Sadhani was born around 1493 AD to King Dhir Narayan of Shutiya dynasty in Sadia region, which is now in present-day Assam. She married at the age of 19 to a cowherd named Nitipal and became a crown queen in 1522 AD. On 16 April 1524 CE, the Ahums attacked the kingdom, which led to the Battle of Chandangiri. Sadhani performed a female fighting squad of 120 warriors and used guerrilla warfare strategy, but later on defeated. Her husband was killed. She was then asked to marry Sadia Kua Gohin, the new Ahom governor of Sadia. She preferred death to dishonor and sacrificed her life by jumping from the top of Chandangiri hills on 21 April 1524 CE. Naiki Devi. Naiki Devi was a widow of Ajayapal, the king of Anilwara Patan from Chalukya dynasty, which is a present-day Patan in Gujarat. She was a mother of an infant Mulla Raja II. When Gori attacked Anilwara Patan, Naiki Devi took over the reins of the kingdom as a queen. Naiki Devi was well trained in sword fighting, cavalry, military strategy, diplomacy, and all other subjects of statecraft. She chose the rugged terrain of Gadaghatta near the village of Kashadra as the site of the battle. And so when Gori and his army finally arrived at Kashadra, the fierce warrior queen rode into the battle with her son on her lap, leading her soldiers in fierce counter-offensive and crushed the invaders. Facing a major defeat, Gori never again tried to conquer Gujarat. Rani Kurma Devi. Rani Kurma Devi was a daughter of Rani Naika Devi and wife of Samar Singh Deva, the king of Chittorgarh. After the death of Samar Singh Deva and her elder son Kalyan Rai in the second battle of Tairen, she immediately mounted the pyre to rejoin her husband. But she could not, as her younger son Karn was just 12 years old and she had to ensure his place as the next king, so she waited a year. During this time, Kurma Devi consolidated her forces, forged new alliances with Rajput rulers of the neighborhood. Then after a year, she led the army and marched northward in 1194 CE during Dashera. 9 kings and 11 chiefs with their men accompanied her on her march towards Delhi. She challenged Qutbuddin Aibak in a personal duel and managed to bury her sword deep into his flesh. He was so brutally almost killed that his own army believed him dead, and so as she believed the same and returned back. Rani Karnavati. Rani Karnavati was a temporary ruler from Bundi. She married to Rana Sanga of Chittorgarh of Mewar kingdom. She was the mother of next two Ranas, Rana Vikramaditya and Rana Uday Singh. And she was also the grandmother of legendary Maharana Pratap. When Mewar was attacked for the second time by Bahadur Shah of Gujarat, who defeated her elder son Rana Vikramaditya earlier, it was a matter of great concern for Rani. She tried to seek help from neighbouring rulers, but their condition was that her both sons should go to Bundi during the war for their personal safety. She somehow agreed, but realizing that defeat was imminent, Karnavati and the other noble ladies of the court immolated themselves in a massive suicide by fire known as Johar on March 8, 1534 AD, while all the men donned saffron clothes and went out to fight to the death, and thus committed Saka. This is the occasion for the second of the 3 Johars performed at Chittor. Panna Dai. Panna Dai was nurse of Rani Karnavati. She helped Rani on political matters as well as in upbringing his son. Before the second attack by Bahadur Shah of Gujarat, Rani sent her son along with Panna Dai to Bundi. Panna was surrendered to her queen. After the defeat, Vikramaditya's temperament didn't improve, causing him to physically abuse a respected chief at the court. This led to nobles placing Vikramaditya under palace arrest, leaving Uday, his younger brother, as heir elect to the throne. But Uday was a kid, so they allowed Banveer, a distant cousin, to act as regent. Banveer was illegitimate heir to the throne. He started assassinated Vikramaditya and he subsequently attempted doing the same to Uday. However, Panna was alerted of the situation and sent Uday out to a river, while seeing her own son, Chandan, in his place. Banveer came soon after asking for Uday. Panna pointed at the bed, now occupied by her son, and watched as he was murdered. Banveer arranged a meet and declared himself as king. Panna and Uday then fled to Kumbhalgarh, where a governor granted protection to them. In 1540, Uday went back and reclaimed his throne. Rani Rudrama Devi. Rani Rudrama Devi was a monarch of Kakatiya dynasty in the Deccan Plateau from 1263 until her death. She was one of the very few women to rule as monarch in India and promoted a male image in order to do so. Rudrama Devi probably began her rule jointly with her father Ganpati Deva. Rudrama Devi faced challenges from the Eastern Ganga dynasty and the Yadavas soon after beginning her rule and successfully dealt with them, but she was however unsuccessful in dealing with the internal dissent posed by Kayas chief Ambadeva in 1273. Rudrama Devi may have died in 1289 while fighting Ambadeva, although some sources say she did not die until 1295. So this was from me. Hope you like the content. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. You can follow me on Instagram and you can also follow the official Insta page of Faxo, where you can get a new fact post every day. Here Malavya signing off.